Accountability in higher education has been an increasingly significant national issue over the last decade or more, spurred by rising college costs, disappointing retention and graduation rates, employer concerns that graduates do not have the knowledge and skills expected in the workplace, and questions about the learning and value that higher education provides to students. Society continues to re-examine the relative value of a college education. There is much skepticism because a college or university degree no longer assures a job in the desired field. There is also evidence that the importance of higher education has been reduced in the scale of state and national priorities as policymakers question expenditures for this purpose. In fact, we've seen states cut funding to higher education in times of crisis. The public, however, still regards higher education as a major instrument for improving quality of life and for preserving the essential features of the kind of society it wants to have and clearly feels that it deserves. Higher education, in turn, is being asked to move more diligently and sensitively toward a solution to the nation's challenges and better serve the interests of society more effectively. Accountability is being demanded by the myriad stakeholders in higher education: policymakers, educational leaders, administrators, parents, students, employers, legislators, professional associations, accrediting agencies, and many other stakeholders all have important contributions to make to a state's accountability process. However, they all lack a shared concept, shared experiences, and shared perspectives. To remedy this problem, which has received increasing attention at the state, national, and international levels, policymakers and higher education leaders must come together and determine what interests are not being served. And by allowing market forces to operate freely in higher education, how are we preventing the consumer, the student, from accessing? With a stream of financial resources for higher education following the student rather than the institution, legislatures have developed a new level of sophistication about learning, and regulatory or coordinating agencies have had to revamp their approaches to financial aid, program approval, and assessment. To adequately protect consumer student interests, rigorous measures have to be implemented in several states. Some states have eliminated agencies which formerly regulated higher education, causing much confusion. Instituting a responsive and transparent system for all stakeholders depends upon the vision, capacity to change, and commitment to move forward in several ways. 1. State policymakers need to provide institutions of higher education with the flexibility needed to function more efficiently while supplying clear performance expectations for articulated state priority areas. 2. Students need to take more responsibility and accountability for achieving understanding and mastery. And 3. Higher education, both internally and externally, must provide transparent data and information relating to the performance of each institution. Taking the examples outside of U.S. higher education and one example of accountability in international higher education, the issue of transparency and accountability in education in Nigeria has taken the front burner in recent times as the goals of education at all levels are not being achieved. The products in the Nigerian education system are falling short of the expectations by that society. Consequently, the different stakeholders want to know who should be held responsible for this downward trend. The main concern of the stakeholders is the problem of who to hold accountable for fund disbursement and execution of educational programs. The second concern is the degree of transparency in financial dealings, with a view to check irregularity and ultimately enhance efficiency. While these concerns differ slightly from those in U.S.-based higher education, the strong call for accountability has led us down a path of scorecards and other measures designed to assist the public in choosing the right college and the best college, as determined by measures deemed important by our federal government.